All right, it's currently 9:41 in the evening. I'm Fred Gossett here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. I want to give you just a quick weather update on the severe weather threat as we head through the overnight hours and the pre-dawn hours before you head to bed tonight. I want to check in with you before everyone heads off to bed. We have a brand new tornado watch for a couple of counties in the western part of our viewing area until 4 a.m. You see the dark shaded areas here of red in southwest Tennessee, North Mississippi that pop up on live storm track Doppler radar at the end of the loop. That's a brand new tornado watch that goes until 4 o'clock. That in our viewing area, it includes Hardin County, Tennessee, and Tishomingo County, Mississippi. It's for the thunderstorms you see often in northeast Arkansas that will be dropping down into the area, moving into our region between midnight and about 4 or 5 a.m. This is going to be a late overnight threat in through the pre-dawn hours, and it includes the potential for some damaging straight line winds. And I think that's the main threat, is a few storms in this line here producing damaging straight line winds, possibly 50, 60, 70 miles an hour. Not everybody that gets the line tonight is going to see that type of wind, but there may be several spots in the line that produces 50 to 70 mile per hour winds. In addition, we can't rely on a tornado warning or two as we go through the overnight because the wind shear in the atmosphere will increase. We have some rain-cooled air over the area that will stay in place overnight, but there's the possibility, and that will help limit the threat, especially the tornado threat. That will help limit the tornado threat some overnight. However, there are some inner mechanics for the squall line that will be going on. Some inner muscles and things like that of the thunderstorm line itself that may help to overcome that rain-cooled air and give the risk of some damaging straight line winds and possibly a couple tornado warnings. So we're going to have to be on guard as we head through the overnight hours. Storms moving into our viewing area near or after midnight and continuing through about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. This is not a situation where you ask, what about my town? What about my county? There is an equal threat of severe weather across our entire viewing area. Every town that we cover, every county that we cover in southern Middle Tennessee, northwest Alabama, northeast Mississippi during the overnight hours, the potential for damaging straight line winds and maybe a tornado or two. The level 3 out of 5 risk of severe weather did get extended through the overnight on the evening update. I'm not quite sure we're going to verify a risk that's significant. However, even if we don't, there's still a potential for some damage across the area. And even if the level 3 out of 5 risk ends up being a little over what happens, I do still think it was the right call to leave it in place given what we're seeing developing off to the west. You see the line of thunderstorms approaching Jonesboro. That will be moving rapidly southeastward over the next few hours and knocking on the door of places like Hardin County, Tennessee, and Tishomingo County, Mississippi as we get closer to midnight, and then moving across southern Middle Tennessee, northwest Alabama during the pre-dawn hours. No watch is currently in effect for southern Middle Tennessee or northwest Alabama. I do think over the next few hours as storms get closer, there will probably be a weather watch of some type issued over Middle Tennessee and northwest Alabama. I'm not sure if it's going to be a tornado watch or a severe thunderstorm watch. I have no way of knowing that until the watch is actually issued. Based on the environment, I would bet it's probably going to be a severe thunderstorm watch when it does get issued. However, there is enough wind shear that they may opt to play it on the safe side and do a tornado watch instead. Regardless of that, whether they go one way or the other, there is the potential for a tornado warning or two as we head through the overnight hours, in addition to several severe thunderstorm warnings being possible for the potential for those damaging straight line winds that can knock down trees and knock down power lines. So it's going to be really important that you have multiple reliable ways of hearing warnings as we go through the overnight. We will be right here staffed in the Weather Center, ready to provide live updates with warnings during the overnight, including live non-stop coverage if there are tornado warnings. So we're not going anywhere. We will be here through the overnight hours. We are in our new facility that has backup generator power and all that, so even if power goes out, we can still stay live with you. We don't have the entire studio ramped up, but we are able to go live with radar storm tracking here for you during the overnight. And if we lose power in the community, we still have backup power and we'll be able to stay live. It's not a big severe weather threat, but it is one that you need to take very seriously. Just wanted to get on here and touch base with you before you head to bed for the night that the second round of storms does look like it's going to pose at least some type of severe weather threat between midnight and about 4 or 5 in the morning, maybe ending a touch sooner than that depending on the forward speed once the storms actually get in here again. There may be the potential for several severe thunderstorm warnings during the overnight, and there still could be a tornado warning or two. In addition to that, as the storms move in here, because of the heavy rain we had earlier this afternoon, the heavy rain we had back on Monday and over the weekend, and the heavy rain that will occur with this round of thunderstorms, there may be some localized street flooding and some localized flash flooding over the area as well. So also don't be surprised if there are a few severe thunderstorm warnings across the region. Again, if you're wondering if this includes your town, your community, your county, if you're in southern middle Tennessee, if you're in northwest Alabama, if you're in northeast Mississippi, regardless of what town you live in, regardless of what county you live in that we cover in our viewing area, yes, this all applies to you. This is an equal threat for our entire viewing area during the overnight. I think probably here in about another 2 hours or so, probably close to 10:30 or 11 o'clock, we will have either a tornado watch or a severe thunderstorm watch placed across southern middle Tennessee and north Alabama as that line of thunderstorms gets closer to the area. No warnings right now anywhere in the viewing area. They're not even close. They're on the other side of the Mississippi River. However, as we get closer to 11:30 to midnight, I really do think that's going to change. We'll be here to track the storms throughout the overnight and have live updates if any warnings are issued across the area. And again, if a tornado warning is issued for any county in our viewing area, as it is our policy, we'll be live nonstop until the danger is over. I'm Fred Gossett here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Stay with Tennessee Valley Weather. We'll keep you advised.